So I've got Nigel here from Jamaica, back to the Bible. I've known Nigel for 10 years, 15 years. We've worked together.
September gone would make 15 years.
15 years. Yeah. Did a big study, couple studies for Jamaica, Transform Jamaica project. We want to do another. Now I think it's going to be rebuild Jamaica inside and out spiritually. So Nigel, yes. Can you talk about what's going on there?
Wow. Well, as I think the world knows by now, last week, Tuesday, one of the strongest hurricanes just happened to hit Jamaica.
Yeah.
You know, it ripped through the western half of Jamaica. And when I say ripped through, I have not been there myself, but everyone was being out there comes back saying the same thing. What you see on television, the video footage you see, does not even compare to being there and seeing the level of devastation. They say video, photographs cannot capture it. The bark of some trees ripped off, you know? It's horrible. The death toll up to yesterday was 32.
32 dead. Wow.
Remember, Jamaica is very hilly, mountainous. So there are a lot of areas they have not yet been able to get into. There was a storm surge. You know, someone said we may never be able to account for those that the sea took.
Oh yeah.
Right. You know, so
yeah, wow.
It's bad. It's bad.
Remember when we were traveling all through Jamaica doing those surveys, there were some denominations that were inland or on the other side of the island and villages. Yeah. So are they all gone now?
If the structure was concrete and properly built, for the most part, the roofs are gone, which would mean that everything inside is soaked.
Oh, okay.
A lot of the churches in the rural areas, deep rural Jamaica, a number of them would have still been wooden structures. Yes, a lot of them are concrete, but a number of them are wooden structures. Gone. One of my sons, and Arnie, you know the story of me and my many sons.
Yeah, he's a big mentor.
A story my son told me is that an uncle who was nearer to the seaside, his uncle told him, he says, look, I was looking out at the sea and I saw it coming. And my son said, what do you mean you saw it? It was like a wall of water coming. The main part of the house was wooden and he was beginning to build a concrete section. So he said he got up and ran towards the concrete section. However, the wall of, I'm assuming it's probably the eye of the hurricane.
Sure.
It picked him up and he had just in time to grab the corner of the concrete structure that he was building. And he kind of blew him and swung him into it. And he said, when he looked up, all he saw was a wooden structure of his house just going up. He saw his refrigerator just going. They were raising some chickens.
That's terrible.
He said he just saw the and he said to this day, well, the hurricane was Tuesday. My son went down on Sunday. He says he still hasn't found the refrigerator nor any of his chickens.
Wow.
Another story that my son told me, he said when he went down there, his family that he went to, and two vehicles went down with a lot of supplies, cooking oil, cup soup, anything that you think they would need. And he said when he arrived, his family was really just sitting outside on the piles of what used to be their home. And there's a thing in Jamaica, they call it white squally. You know, when you're hungry and thirsty, hungry, your lips get white.
Yeah.
All of them had that.
Wow.
And he just opened a case of bottled water, and he said you could hear them gulping down. It's horrible. It's horrible. And so in a lot of the areas, there's no drinking water, there's no electricity, there's no gasoline for the cars that survived that weren't submerged. A lot of them, you don't have gasoline to put in them. a number of the major roads have been cleared. And so the gasoline tankers are heading into the western part of the island to those gas stations that are able to operate. Piped water in some areas is going to take quite some time because the entire infrastructure is
Right.
gone.
Right.
It's just gone. Street posts just flattened. You know,
Yeah.
people are saying, you know, there are places you never knew existed because of the lush vegetation and trees. They're saying like they didn't even know houses were up there.
Because they can.
Every
Oh, wow.
they can see almost literally now from miles around. You know, it's just amazing that hurricane was the Tuesday. By Wednesday morning, aid was coming in.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
from literally all over the world. The big helicopters from the U.S. that can, you know, go in. We have started with the major towns really, and trying to work their way up into the countryside. But then again, it is going to take a long while because what you take today, there's no electricity to refrigerate, you know, running water,
Right.
drinking water. So you take some assistance in today, how long is it going to last?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. And what about back to the Bible Jamaica? But you know, you survive on donations. Your
Oh,
country's been devastated. What's going to
yes.
happen, Nigel?
Our office was spared. It's intact, no physical damage. The how do I put it now? One can understand that the resources of many are going towards assisting those in need, and they
Right.
need it.
And
You
they
know,
need it.
I expect to see a downturn in donations. You
Sure.
know,
Yeah.
it happened during COVID, which was a disaster in itself.
Yeah.
And this is, I'll say, worse because COVID was a lockdown. Yes, this is a case where thousands of people have lost their homes.
Right.
They don't even have a job to go to, and so we brace ourselves for what is likely to happen in coming weeks, months. You know, it is possible. Usually, Christmas is a time where you get some extra. I it is going to be challenging, but that's what we do. Trust God.
Well, yeah, yeah. And back to the Bible Jamaica has been a big backbone for the many denominations there. It's so different in Jamaica than it is here. The church is the backbone of the communities, all of these separate communities that are out there, because there's really not so much of a social security kind of welfare infrastructure that if your house blows up, the government steps in and helps you. They rely on the church and they rely on places like Back to the Bible Jamaica, and you broadcast all over Jamaica.
Yes.
How do you see this, your role in helping the rebuilding of the church in Jamaica, and what can we in the U.S. help you, Nigel, do?
Wow, that's a big question. The beautiful thing, you know, it was interesting in an interview on Sunday. I heard a church leader being asked, what does the church do when the church itself has been destroyed by the hurricane? And you know, the Reverend gentleman responded and said, "Now remember, this is just the building. The church is the people." Okay.
Yeah.
And so it is caring for the people. Back to the Bible over the years has served as we provide solid Bible teaching, which helps to have Christians have that foundation and trust in God, even in difficult times. We certainly want to be able to continue to do that. We understand that in some areas the truth is they may not hear us, you
Right,
know,
right.
for some time. But one of the challenges that persons have been having is communication. There is no electricity, and in some cases, with the infrastructure destroyed, even the phone companies are unable to provide the level that they'd like. One of the things that I believe we can assist, and I've been toying with the idea of being able to acquire for ourselves one of those satellite Starlink systems and a mini solar powered generator to serve three purposes. So forward planning to be able to be self-sufficient in power and internet to be able to dispense the programs to the various radio stations locally, and we do some regional stations take the program. That's one. Two, where we're located, there are 4 other Christian ministries in this plaza, and they too have challenges with communication. If we are able to have that kind of satellite internet link to help them to continue their ministry and to reach out to their members, so to speak. And 3, to be able to go into communities. So if we have that portable system, one of the big challenges, even now, is people not being able to just let people know the state they're in. One, that they're alive and
Right.
their needs. And so to be able to, as a few others have been able to do who own the portable system, to go into some of these communities, we'll work with the churches and say, okay, your roof is blown off, but hey, we're coming to your church this Saturday to spend 3 hours. If you can get word, if it's even to walk and tell people, listen, come to this location between 9 and 12 o'clock. 1, we'll have the generator that you can plug your phones in and charge. And 2, we'll have the internet that you can send a message, make a call to just let people know that you're okay. I think that is one way we can serve at different levels, okay? And in providing that service to some of the churches, it will also help with coordinating relief. Because, of course, once you can say, yes, we are okay, this is what we need, then, it helps with that kind of level of communication. So I think that's a practical way outside of just needing financial support to continue. I think that's a practical way to not just assist back to the Bible, but the Christian community.
And what kind of monthly support does Back to the Bible Jamaica need?
It takes about $1 million.
But those are Jamaican dollars, man.
That's only $6,000 US.
6,000 a month to keep Back to the Bible going.
That's kind of like what we spend each month to,
Okay.
pay the radio stations and cover our bills and stuff like that. So
Good. Well, thank you, Nigel. I noticed you put your needs behind all the other needs. That satellite system is doable.
is going to cost roughly about $450 to $500 US.
$400 to $500 US.
Yes.
And then it's a couple hundred a month, isn't it?
It's $5,000 Jamaican, which is $32 US.
Well, thanks, Nigel. Hopefully we can help you out in Jamaica.
Well, thanks for making the link, Arnie. And I know Arnie's going to hate me for saying this, but from the night before the hurricane, Arnie's like texting every 3 hours, Nigel, you okay? Nigel, you okay? Thanks, Arnie. Really appreciate it.
Oh,
really
hey.
appreciate it.
Well, thanks. And we'll be getting back to you for another update on how everything is going. Thank you, Nigel.
Okay, great. Bless you, Arnie. Take care.